Greetings, guys and gals. Welcome back. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Joseph. It's that time of the day again here, guys. Before we jump into our trades of the day today, of course, we had a great day in our live trade room this morning. We're going to go over a couple of the trades that we took today in the room this morning. But before we go any further, though, I want to remind you real quickly here, if you haven't joined the free trial yet, make sure you sign up for the free trial. I have a special invite for you to come trade with me live during your trial. And of course, in the free trial, you're going to learn all about our trading methodology. You'll see trade room recaps. You'll see live trading examples. You'll learn about the patterns. You'll learn about the auto trading systems. And then don't forget to call the office if you have any questions about either beginner, intermediate, or advanced memberships. At the same time here, I also want to remind you guys here that our blog is at sidewaysmarkets.com. This blog, of course, at the top, you've got links here for the morning prep, the crude oil prep. That's a great prep each morning, that crude oil prep. And then don't forget to come out and see us in Vegas. We're going to be in Las Vegas next weekend for Memorial Day weekend. We get a great live trading summit that we've got scheduled for you guys. So make sure you guys click on that link on the blog. Come out and see me in Vegas. Trust me, it's going to be worth every penny because we're going to be doing live trading. I'm going to be hands-on with all the students in the class, and of course, we're going to be going over our scalping strategy, our zone strategy, our automated trading systems. I'm going to teach you everything from top to bottom, all in a 2-day intensive trading and training session. So that's our live trading event. Come out and see us in Vegas, and again, don't forget all the information is there on the blog. All right, enough of the marketing. Let's jump right into some patterns today. First of all, 3 different markets. 2 different types of patterns. Now, I want to remind you guys, as a student of mine, I'm going to teach you 10 different trade setups, right? Maybe you thought we were just a bunch of fancy indicators. We're not. We have a very serious business plan, right? Like any other business, we treat this like a business, which means I'm going to have patterns that will account for trending markets, and I'm going to have patterns that capitalize on sideways markets. Some of these patterns are perfect for sideways range-bound days. Some of these patterns are perfect for trending days. And this morning, we're going to take a look at 2 of these different patterns on 3 different markets. We'll trade anything that moves. And today, we're going to be looking at the symmetry pattern and the double top and double bottom pattern. As always, remember, I'm going to teach you more about these in that live trading session if you join as a trial. If you're a member, just go ahead and log into your membership material, and you can learn right there. So we teach 10 different trade setups every day, and of course, you're going to learn all of them pretty darn quick. They're not very difficult at all. This morning, we traded symmetry patterns and double top patterns. Let's start out with the euro. On the euro, this is just a great example of a symmetry pattern here on the euro. Now, the euro is an early morning mover. Don't forget, you're trying to trade the euro late in the day in the U.S. session? Not so much. We're looking for these opportunities bright and early. A symmetry pattern is very easy. It's the A, B, C, D pattern. Now, just like everything else in this life, most day traders didn't invent this A, B, C, D pattern. We just found the best way to use it. Okay? Doesn't matter what type of scenario, whether swing trading, scalping, automated trading, unless your last name is Bollinger, you probably didn't invent what you're trading today. Neither did I. I simply used all of that great work that all of our ancestors did, Elliott Wave, Fibonacci, right, to name a few. The ABCD pattern is definitely one of my favorites. It's also one of the easiest to shadow trade in our live trade room. Here on the euro, you're going to see, very important, first things first, new higher high. Once we get a new higher high, I'm telling everybody in the trade room now, wait for that pullback into your trigger zone. My trigger zone is this conveniently located box here at the bottom, right? And that's where my C is going to be. I'm going to go A up to B. Now, I don't know to look for A until I see B making a new higher high. Once we get a new higher high, this trending pattern, I'm now going to tell everybody in the trade room, wait for it to test that trigger zone. Once it tests the trigger zone, then I tell everybody all we need is an entry signal. Right? What do you think? Can you guys use these entry signals? Pretty darn easy, right? These green arrows are screaming at you. Now, I'll be honest, we're not taking every single signal that we see. We're going to take the ones that show up in the sweet spot. In this case, it's the trigger zone. And I'm going to teach you proper trade management, teach you where to place your stops, where to place your targets. It's really, really easy, folks. wait for price to make a new higher high, wait for it to pull back into that trigger zone, look for the entry signal to get long, entry signal goes off to get long, first target comes off at the B. Why do we take the first target off at the B? Because what if this market decided it didn't want to go trending? What if it decided it wanted to be sideways market? Well, we would feel really bad if we missed out on all that profit sitting on there. So I'm going to take some precautions, and just in case this trending market decides to fail, there's a very high likelihood we test that B point. That's my first target. And then, of course, A to B is equal to C to D. We find our D point here now. That becomes my second target. I'll take half off at the B. I'll take half off at the D. Are you a one contract trader? Wonderful. If you've got a minimum of $2,500 in your account, I'll teach you guys, take one contract, use the same strategy, except this time around, though, take all your profit off at the B point. What I'm going to show you is if you're a one contract trader, small account trader, I'm going to show you how to make 150 ticks per week. You make 150 ticks per week, 2 weeks of that, that's going to be 300 ticks you're going to make with me trading one contract. Now, what does that get me? It gets me another contract, right? I need about $2,500 to start, and every $1,500 more, I can now start to add more contracts. So I get this question all the time. If you're a one contract trader, can you trade this method? Absolutely. My job is to make sure that when you're in my live trade room, you can trade anything above a $2,500 account, right? That's my bare minimum. Now, your broker will probably allow you to do with less, but I want you guys to have that minimum of $2,500. That way you're safe and you don't need to worry about margin calls. From there, I'll be able to show you how to stack up some of those profits, double that account in 2 weeks, and now you're off for the races, right? Now you're off for the races. That was the euro, asymmetry pattern on the euro today. I'm going to post all these charts right below the video here too. Next trade, how about crude oil? Here's another setup, another one of our favorites. And this is another one of those times when I get this question a lot. Why is your double top setup, why are we treating the double top as a buy? Well, let me talk to you a little bit about the double top. Double tops and double bottoms. I treat a double top as a bullish setup. Okay, I treat a double bottom like a bearish setup. Really easy. In order for me to qualify a double top, I need to see price moving higher. Then I'm going to find that double top. I'm going to use a Fibonacci calculation to project a buy zone. This double top strategy can be used on any time frame. I've seen it used on swing trading, on hyper scalping, right? This is the same strategy no matter what trade account size you have, no matter what market you're trading. And of course, let me tell you why this strategy works so well. As we talk about in our trade room, we try to imagine the people behind the candlesticks. Let's use the analogy of a brick wall. Let's say that you and I are going to try to break down this brick wall. Okay, here's the brick wall. And so what's going to happen is I'm going to try to break that brick wall. How do I do that? Well, I run right into it. Of course, first try will fail. Right? So I try to break the brick wall down with my bare knuckles. All I get is a bunch of bloody knuckles. The second time around, I bring a sledgehammer. And I say, all right, this time around, you're not going to hold me, brick wall. I'm going to break through that with a sledgehammer. And what happens? I get a broken sledgehammer. I get a sore shoulder. Now I'm frustrated. Now I'm disappointed. Now I'm exhausted. Right? So price, of course, will pull way back. I'm going to get below that last low because the second time around, I'm exhausted. I mean, the first time I used my knuckles. The second time I used a sledgehammer. Now I need a sip of some Gatorade, and I need to find some buddies with a backhoe or a bulldozer, and I'm going to take this baby out. Right? Think about the people behind the candlesticks, and you can understand why a double top is going to be a bullish pattern, a buy setup. So we're not breaking down a brick wall. These buyers are trying to push to new highs. They try at 94.87. They fail once, right? They grab some friends. They try again. They fail twice. They licked their wounds. They pulled back off of it, right? Again, it's below that last low. That tells me now this next third try, now they're bringing the bulldozer. Now they're bringing the heavy artillery. And we're now, once we leave that buy zone, we're going to expect price to go way higher. Where are my profit targets? Profit targets are going to be at the double top. Again, this market may not keep going. We can't just assume it's going to be a trending market. What if it's a sideways chop and slop type of day? Well, then fine. We'll take at least half of our profit off at that double top. Now, if you're anything like me, right, if you tried twice and failed, once and twice and failed, you'd probably give it the old college try, and you'd probably push it all the way through that double top. And with all that, right, let's go. With all that pressure, I'm going to go up to the next level of resistance overhead. Here we have a previous high of day from last week. Actually, this is the previous low of day. That's actually a typo right there. That should be previous low of day. And that's all the way from last Thursday. So this is automatically added to the chart. We knew that was there this morning. And so, of course, that becomes the spot where you take your final target. So first target comes off at the double top itself. We want to take half the profit off at that double top because we know this market is not guaranteed to push higher. We also, of course, are going to leave a runner on it if we can. If you're trading with one contract, take your money off the double top. Again, if you're trading one contract, don't worry about trying to get that runner. All you want to worry about is following the plan, taking the trades when I call them in the room. It's very easy to shadow trade in our trade room. And of course, you're going to stack those chips for 2 weeks. So quick profit targets, quick profit targets. If you're trading one contract, I want you taking quick profit. Save those pennies because 10 days from now, you're going to have the luxury to have that final target be a runner. Trust me, guys, I deal with one contract traders every day of the week. It's a different animal than if you've got 2, 3, or more contracts. Okay, that's the double top strategy we saw today on crude oil. Last but not least, the mighty mini Russell. Now, the mighty Russell, another example of a symmetry setup today on the Russell, just a great example of a setup on the Russell. We really didn't get a lot of action out of the Russell except after 10 o'clock. Can you see it already? You can probably already see that symmetry setup already. We made a lower low, but you'll notice this is right around that 10 o'clock news. So literally, industrial production comes out, Philly Fed comes out at 10 o'clock. Price moves lower. Just as fast as it moves lower, it moves to a new swing high, A up to B. Once we see that new swing high, that new higher high, then we know it's time to look for the pullback. A now goes up to B. Once we see B makes a new higher high, then we know to go use the A to the B. The Fibonacci tool tells me wait for the pullback into that trigger zone. Again, this is easy, guys. If you can't shadow trade this in our live trade room, we got to get you some more glasses because this is easy, easy, easy stuff. And it's done like that by design. My job as a moderator is to ensure your success. You're not always going to need shadow trades, but you will up front, right? You will at first. It's just like learning to fly an airplane. At first, you need some help taking off. You need some help landing that airplane. But after a few times of taking off and landing, you're not going to need that instructor to be there with you. That's the exact same strategy I'm going to use to get your career off the runway. A to B is C to D. First target goes at the B. Second target goes at the D. Right? A to B is equal to C to D. And that is as simple as it gets, guys. So if you want to shadow trade with me every day in the room, come on out and join me. I'll be happy to share our success with you guys every day. And again, I want to remind you, do you think you can take that trade once you see the test of that trigger zone? Can you follow my guidance, wait for the test of that trigger zone, and then look for the entry signal? Absolutely you can. This is as easy as it gets, guys, and I'm excited to share all this with you guys as a brand new member. Don't forget, we offer a free trial. I encourage you to go out, register for that free trial. Come out and see me. I have an invite for you to attend a live trading session with me in the afternoon. I also want to remind you that all the free trial members get access to our holistic approach to trading. So don't forget to join that free trial. give us a call here in the office, and we'll tell you guys more about all the different membership packages that we have to offer. Thanks so much for being here. And don't forget, I'm going to be teaching all of this stuff in Las Vegas, Nevada, as if you needed another excuse to go to Vegas. Come out and see me next weekend, Memorial Day weekend, Thursday and Friday. I'm looking forward to seeing you in Vegas. Don't forget about all the goodies we have on the blog. The blog has so many great resources for you, so get to know all the stuff we have to offer on the blog. Give us a call here in the office. I'm excited to work with you. We'll see you next time, guys. Live Trade Room opens up at 8 a.m. We'll catch you guys tomorrow for an OpEx Friday, finally Friday edition of the Live Trade Room. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye for now.